let's be clear here. He would have voted to certify the entire election.
Right.
Lindsey Graham called Georgia specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where there's a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor, a Republican secretary of state, a Republican who ran the elections. All of those Republicans said free and fair election. And by the way, isn't it interesting? Nobody contested any of their races. So the only election was Trump's. They didn't even question any of the other statewide races. Just this one. Senator Lindsey Graham is a lying sack of shit.
Well, absolutely. He's been that way for some time. I think his spine is buried in the casket of Senator John McCain, because something happened to Lindsey Graham after John McCain's death.
Power. Power did. The thirst for power.
Well, power, and he's a coward. Okay, and he's a sniveling coward as well. So here you have, now I thought Republicans were for states' rights. Here you have a U.S. senator, right, infringing upon the rights of a state to run their election. I thought they were for states' rights. And the vote was 13-7. Okay, actually, the special purpose grand jury, they suggested that he be indicted, but it probably was not as strong of a case as the other ones. The other total was a total of 19 who were indicted. So you had 21 who were unindicted, all right? And I read the 98-page indictment that actually listed 30 unindicted co-conspirators. So this really hurts the argument of a lot of these MAGA nuts saying this was a witch hunt, where you see, well, wait a second. Fani Willis chose not to indict 21 of these idiots, but to indict 19. She's going with the strongest case, and justice is going to be rendered to all of them one way or another. Either it's going to be this case, there's going to be another case, or something like this. He died, Lindsey Graham dies this one, but I think the wheels of justice, the long arm of justice, is going to end up catching up with Lindsey Graham.
Watching Matt might say, you know what, I just think that you guys are giving too much attention to this. No, because what people need to understand, Matt, this is a dry run for what they're going to do. I need to take you back to 2000. Roger Stone was there in Florida in Bush v. Gore, in Bush versus Gore. They were there intimidating those folks who were doing the recounts down there. They were doing dirty tricks then. So this ain't like no new thing here. We're gonna have close elections, and these people are looking at this here, and they're trying to figure out, how do we game this system again?
Yeah, I think that's right. But let me zone in on something about this grand jury that we're not discussing. What people may not realize is, first, we don't have all the evidence, so we don't know the extent of what they had on Lindsey Graham. But the real hustle is, if they don't indict him, he can be called as a witness.
Precisely.
Right? And he does not get all of the protections of a defendant. So this might be a brilliant strategic move by Fani Willis's team, where they said, we don't love all the evidence we have, or maybe we do love the evidence we have on Lindsey Graham, and what we'll do is we'll smoke him out. Right? We'll call him to testify, and he'll either have to plead the fifth,
and let's see, or perjure himself.
Or he'll perjure himself, or he'll testify to exactly what he did. So first, I don't understand how somebody who's a sitting United States senator does not have a competent lawyer that says, keep your monkey behind off TV making any kind of statement.
Easy, because he was a JAG lawyer in, I think he was in the Air Force, and he thinks he's smarter than them.
Well, cool story, bro, because you're an idiot if you're out making statements and a grand jury has, submitted a report saying they think you should be indicted. First thing is, shut your behind up to begin with. But beyond that, this might be precisely why they didn't indict him, because they're going to smoke him out and put him on the stand and make him testify and make him do the song and dance, where he'll have to either lie, tell the truth, or plead the fifth. So this could not be a matter of them, either overlooking the evidence or deciding not to charge him and Perdue and Kelly Loeffler. They might be, intending to leverage them. And as we've said before, I expect relatively soon we'll start to hear who's cooperating with this investigation. And it could be one of those circumstances where Lindsey Graham's team, had him be king for a day, where he proffered or otherwise gave evidence to the government, with the exception or with the understanding that he wouldn't be indicted, or at least not on what he provided. I mean, there's so many things behind the scenes that we don't know that could be coloring this decision, but I suspect it's probably strategic, in which case we may see Lindsey Graham in the witness seat sooner than later.
I just want everybody to understand these people are going to try to do this again. Listen to me, people, and y'all keep hearing me say this, and I blasted Chris Christie on this. Listen to me very clearly. The Republican Party, they have no morals, no values, no principles, no ethics. They care about power. It's about the power. And they will do whatever is necessary to hold on to that power. And we had better realize that.